Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Finishing Blow. This week wasn't as bad. It didn't feel as hectic as it did last week, but still a lot of cool stuff I want to cover, so I'm just going to go straight into it because Sunday, insaneness. If you don't know what I'm talking about, trailer for Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2 got uploaded, and it looks just amazing. You've got Mark Dacascos as Kung Lao, Cary Tagawa as Shang Tsung again, which is just awesome that they did that. And then you got Eric Jacobus as Stryker. You can see him in the trailer, which I think is insane. The trailer just looks awesome. You get to see a lot of the characters that are coming back, as well as new ones that are going to be featured. Some of them are kind of weird, like Ermac. I think it was Ermac, but it seemed kind of weird to me the way they portrayed him. But at this point in time, it looks amazing. Of course, Scorpion has to get over here like twice in the trailer, because how could you not? I feel like it's going to be more of everything, more characters, more fights, more stories, just better overall. I thought the first one was good. I know some people had their gripes with it, and yeah, there were some parts that weren't as great as the season continued, but for a web series, it was phenomenal. And I think that this next one's really going to blow it out of the water, and I hope that after 2 seasons, they'll greenlight a legit Mortal Kombat film. So we'll see how that goes, but awesome job to everybody who worked on that. It looks amazing. Alright, so next up is a quote-unquote controversial article that I wrote kind of out of boredom and kind of out of just, I don't get to write about video games too often. Stephen Chow's Journey to the West. It's got this one scene in it that's very similar to a video game that came out last year called Asura's Wrath. Now, I don't know if you guys have played it or not. I haven't played it myself. I know of it, and I know that it's like over-the-top action. But there's a video of the side-by-side of the two, I guess the footage of both of them playing at the same time. And it's really, really similar. Now, granted, it is possible that Stephen Chow's version was original and the other version came out first, because video games may not take as much time to do as movie CG. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But I'm not saying that Stephen Chow ripped from that game, but it's hard to deny the fact that there is a similarity between the two. It could even be the fact that like Stephen Chow didn't know, and the people who made the graphics, maybe they did the same thing for Asura's Wrath, and they did both of them, and they just kind of copied it. Maybe they got lazy. I don't know. But it's interesting, and I thought it was a fun little thing to talk about. Do I think there's a huge controversy about it? No. It was a slow day, and it was something interesting, and I wrote about it. So feel free to sound off on it if you guys think that Stephen Chow copied, if you think that it matters. Some people don't care at all. Other people are like, this is unacceptable. It's clearly a copy. So check it out, be your own judge, and see what you think about it. Alright, so next up on Tuesday, did another fight of the week, of course. Hopefully you guys watched it. It's called Delusion by Team Bay. And again, I don't want to say too much because that's what the segment's for, but please check it out. It's very, very awesome, and I like it a lot. On top of that, Bruce Lee is getting a new biography. Now, before you guys go all crazy about this, it's a Hollywood production, so it's not the same as like, what is it, My Brother Bruce Lee. There's been a bunch of Bruce Lee ones that have come out like from Asia, but this one's actually a Hollywood production, so it's by the guys who wrote like Ali. What else did they write? I know that they're doing a couple other ones, but a lot of biographical films. The thing that makes this one different, though, is the fact that it's actually has fiction in it, and they've actually gone on the record and said that it's not going to be completely true. Like they're gonna add some embellishments in it to make it an interesting film. And before people get all crazy about that, it's really not that far-fetched of an idea. If you think about Fearless, if you think about Ip Man, those aren't historically accurate. Yes, a lot of the events occurred, but the writers took their own liberties as well, and it made it a good film. So I'm not worried about the legitimacy about Bruce Lee. I think that there's enough films out there that try to authenticate Bruce Lee that it's going to be interesting to see how they do this. But people are really touchy about Bruce Lee. Some people don't want you to like have anything to do with him. Other people don't really see him as the icon that he was back in the day because they're too young. So I kind of fall in between, I guess. I mean, I like Bruce Lee. I like him as a person more than I like his films. his philosophy and things like that really interest me. The films, I think that I grew up watching like Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and so it's a little bit harder for me to get into them, but I can see the authenticity of it. So it'll be interesting to see how they do this film. Now, there's no director and there's no lead actor yet, so those are going to be the main things that really will make or break the film and set the tone for everything. So it's going to be a while before we hear about it. But anyways, check it out, see what you think. Following that up, Ip Man, The Final Battle, or The Final Fight, which I don't know why it seems like it changed recently, but it got a new poster as well as a new trailer and some details about Eric Tsang and Anthony Wong fighting. Apparently the two of them rehearsed for 6 hours. I don't think I could do anything for 6 hours, but especially at the age that they are, because I think Eric Tsang is 51 and Anthony Wong's 51 and Eric Tsang's 60, I think. Either way, they're both old. Not super old, but just, to be fighting like that at that intensity, that's insane. The trailer is really weird. I will say that. It sets a really weird tone for the film. I think that this movie's going to be better than the prequel. I know that some of you guys do like Danny To, and I don't have anything against him. I just didn't like the prequel that much. The Legend is Born. I don't know if it was the returning characters, like the Sammo Hung coming back, or the wire work, or just kind of Fancy Wong was in it. It just didn't sit with me too well. So I think that this one will be better, and I'm really interested to see what they do with it. So fingers crossed on that one. All right. Lastly, for the news side of the things, Ronnie Yu, his film Saving General Yang is coming out April 4th, worldwide except for the U.S., which I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to be arrogant and think that the U.S. should get everything, but when you say worldwide, you'd think that the U.S. would be counted in that. But anyways, the film is coming out, and I think it's a localization thing. I think that they're still trying to find the right buyer for the film, and that's why they have an announcement for the States. Same thing with Chinese Zodiac. Like, it's been released a lot of places, but there's still no U.S. release date. So I don't know what's going on with that. But Saving General Yang, I think, is going to be a good movie. I don't know. Period films don't sit too well with me right now because I've been so overloaded on period films that I don't know if I can take another one. But I'll try. I'll give it a shot. It's his comeback film, and of course after this he's doing Crouching Tiger. So it'll be interesting to see how he does and what the reception is, and if that reception's bad, if they're going to change who the director's going to be. Never know. But anyways, I am going to check that out and see what it's like. And lastly, I did a review for Black and White, Dawn of Assault, Black and White, Episode 1, Dawn of Assault. Whew. That was on my to-watch list for a while. Like, I wrote about it so many times, like a year back, and I kept thinking, I need to get a hold of this movie. I need to watch this movie and see what it's like. Finally watched it, got a conclusive review, see if you agree or not, and just let me know. Let me know what you think. I had a lot of fun watching it. It took a while to figure out how I really felt about the film, but because there's a few different ways that you can take it because it's based on the Taiwanese drama. So the Asian side of me knows how dramas work, and that kind of factors into the ultimate verdict for the film. Because like one of the main things is the length. It's a long movie. And when you think about the fact that if it's based on an Asian drama, they've been doing 1 hour long episodes weekly for however long. Yeah, when they make a movie, it's going to be longer because they feel like, that if it's 2 hours, then that's technically 2 episodes worth of a film. So they're going to go all out. And that was one of the main nitpicks with the film, but at the same time, I can see why it was so long. So give it a read. I don't want to go too in depth here because you can totally read my review. And I think that's all I got this week, tonight. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's really all I got. I know that I've got a couple other things coming down the pipeline for next week, and I'll probably just write about them before I film another video. But I'm still thinking about doing the No Holds Barred. I know that some of you guys wanted me to do it about Man with the Iron Fist, and I'm really thinking about it. I just got to find the time to sit down and rant and vent. and I feel like the longer I wait, the less I'm going to remember about the film. So we'll see where that goes. But I don't know. If you guys want, maybe I'll just kind of go off. But I'm not really the ranting type. So we'll see if I can pretend to be a ranter and where that takes me. But I'm rambling now. I'm done. So hopefully you guys have an awesome week. I've had a lot of fun and a lot of new stuff coming to the website. So be sure to check it out. And that's all I got. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. This is K Miller, and this week has been finished.